I think part of it is that a lot of people give their attention, the everyday human gives the attention to like the artwork.
Yeah.
The show you go to, the gallery you go to, you know, that experience of it, and not the person who's making it. Mm-hmm. And all of the things that come before.
The work that goes into that.
Yeah.
Or okay.
You know? And so like, I really wonder like, how do we like culturally talk about artists and the process of making art? Because I think that if that can be more part of the conversation, then there's less of like defining what the product is, and it's more about investing in the human.
Welcome to the Hidden City Podcast. I'm Grant.
And I'm Doug, and we're here to share some of the incredible stories and people from Oak Cliff that you might not know.
We're going to sit down with some of the visionaries, craftsmen, and business owners who have shaped Oak Cliff into what it is today.
Oak Cliff is on the south bank of the Trinity River, a few miles south of downtown Dallas. While technically it was part of Dallas, it was its own city for a long time, and it still has that independent spirit.
We'll dive into the history and the spirit of this place, exploring the different challenges and successes that defined it.
This is The Hidden City, a podcast about the people and the stories that make Oak Cliff extraordinary. Welcome to this episode of the Hidden City Podcast. Today we have a new friend on the show, Avery-Jai Andrews. She is the Executive Director of Arts Mission Oak Cliff. Avery-Jai, thanks for being here.
Of course, I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, you come highly recommended. Everyone's like, you got to know Avery-Jai. You got to know Avery-Jai. And I'm like, all right. But, so we've been looking forward to this episode.
Likewise.
But thanks. But yeah, we love starting the show off kind of Oak Cliff. How'd you get here? Were you born here? Raised in Dallas, I think, right?
Right.
So tell us a little bit of that connection.
Heard. Born and raised in Dallas.
Nice.
I am a proud Booker T alumni.
That's what I heard.
go.
Yeah, that's awesome. Booker T.
Loud and proud.
There we go.
Love it.
And then how did I end up back here?
Yeah.
I
Well,
went
you were in
to
New
school.
York, right?
I was in New York.
Okay,
I went to Tisch for dance.
Nice.
Okay.
I'm a dancer.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Dance artist.
Cool.
And then I did my like freelance career around and was trying to figure out like how to be a professional dance artist.
Yeah.
That's a whole other podcast.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's part of this story too, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's what brought me back to Dallas.
Okay.
Family was still here, and I decided I wanted to start my own company and make work.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us about going to New York, what that experience was like as a dance artist, and then what brought you back here.
Yeah, going to New York. I mean, like, who doesn't want to go to New York?
I know. That's great.
It's the dream.
You know?
We were
It's the
scheming
big-
about it the other day. We were just like, how do we spend a week up there?
I think we found a way.
I
next
know.
Summer.
Oh, okay.
I know.
Well, we'll have to circle back on that. 'Cause I love popping up to New
Yeah,
York.
New York's great.
But yeah, so it was all about school, you know, and
Yeah.
like the Tisch dance program. Just I fell in love with it. So that's what brought me there.
Okay.
Dance.
Dance.
And so dance, has it been with you your whole life? Like, what's kind of the...
How many dancers do you know?
I know of one who studied dance in college.
Beautiful, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Johnny Simpson's wife.
Nice,
Johnny.
yeah, okay.
But anyways, yeah, tell it, like, has it been a part of you
Yeah.
for, okay.
I'm one of those kids. Yeah.
Nice.
But I
Tell
mean,
me
I feel
about
like
it, yeah.
I started late. I started probably like around 10,
Okay.
you know, and it just at a studio.
Yeah.
You tap a little, I did not tap. I
Okay.
don't know why I said I tap. I did not tap.
No, you're good. Well, tell us. Yeah, tell me.
Ballet,
I don't
jazz,
know a
like
lot.
that kind of thing,
Okay,
right? And so
cool.
doing that and like the competition kids. So
Okay.
if you ever watched like one of those competition shows,
Yeah.
I forgot what it's called.
Okay, but it is competitive. Like you're going and
competitive,
doing these
yes.
meets maybe, or is
Yes,
that,
you
okay.
go to dance competitions.
Okay, cool.
You're in the studio every night.
Okay.
You know,
Oh, wow.
5 to 9. Like it's
super
intense training.
Disciplined. Okay.
Very disciplined.
No, it
Yeah.
seems like it is a very, you have to be very athletic too. Like it is not
absolutely.
this is a very intense
Yeah.
physical thing too.
Yeah.
I had a friend who danced for Bruce Woods. I don't know if you know Bruce Woods. but-
Absolutely.
you
Bruce
know
Wood
that?
Dance
Okay.
Dallas.
Okay.
Yeah.
And went to watch a few of her dances, and it is like an incredible thing to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like it is a lot of preparation for one or two shows.
Yeah.
And then moving on to the next one and moving on to the next
I
one.
mean, if you really want to get on my soapbox about dance, I'm more than
Go.
happy to
Yes.
do
Go.
so.
I want to
Let's go.
I mean, this is what we're here
Well,
for. We
I
want to
mean,
know
what's
you.
beautiful, I
Yeah.
think, about it is like it's discipline, right? And so
Yeah.
you are training your body in a form,
Yeah.
which is like that athletic side, but you're also training that like mind body awareness and connection. And so
yeah.
as you're also like putting dances together and you have to stay in one spot while the whole group is dancing and you have to stay in your window, like that's training you also spatial awareness and how to be aware of others. So I think there are so many beautiful like life lessons within the dance studio that just, and it's an embodied practice and everything. I mean, as I get older, everything that you do,
I love
pick
that.
up your cup, you twist, you know, like
breathe,
all of that.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Come on.
It's all movement.
Come on.
Yeah, everything's movement. And
No,
so,
I love
cool.
you just said embodied. I feel like that's like something that's coming back more, just because everything's digital, AI, all this stuff. And it's like, well, I just read an article, I think it was an Atlanta article about like a trend is like people trying just to like socialize again and learn how to socialize again. Cause it's like, they haven't, I don't know. They've been doing it online or something, and so it's like, how do I?
I mean, it's
how do I do
different
this?
to like type it, to
Yeah.
think it and type
Yeah.
it than it is
Yeah.
to like think it and speak it.
Yeah.
know?
Sit next to each other and talk. Have a pint down at the brewery. Come on, people.
What it feels like to sit next to
Yeah.
another body.
Yeah.
Actually, like I really love contact partnering. So that's
Oh,
like
nice.
all of the like lifting and all that stuff, you know? And during COVID, like, no one was in spaces together. So we weren't in classes together doing that. So actually coming back into a studio
Wow.
and like being next to another body and touching another
Yeah,
body and
yeah.
leaning on another body,
like-
it was like all of us were kind of like, oh, we
We're
have
back.
to, we
we're
have
like
to like
learning.
learn it
relearn
again.
it.
Yeah,
Yes.
and train our bodies for that again.
I didn't even think about that. I bet
Isn't that-
COVID was super disruptive for that. I mean, it was
Totally.
for everything, but I can imagine that changed your practice for a few years.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
you say, I feel like you wear a lot of hats, or you've said you've worn a lot of
Oh, yeah,
hats,
yeah.
but you do see yourself as an artist first.
1000%.
Right? Okay, explain that to me. Like what? Like why is that?
Yeah.
Because you're doing all this leadership. We'll get into a lot of
Yeah.
the arts mission stuff, but why an artist first? Like how do you see that?
Artist
Yeah.
first. Well, I mean, I think it's because it's the thing that led me to what I'm doing now. And the work that I do is in service of other artists.
Yeah.
Okay.
To create space for more artists.
Yeah.
To build a city that is supportive of the makers of art.
Yeah.
And so I think me identifying as an artist and my practice as an artist informs the work that I do.
Okay.
So it
Oh, I
feels
love
important to stay in touch with
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
And also, like, I just love it.
Yeah, it's fun.
That's why you got involved in the other things you're involved in the first place. like you
Exactly.
said.
And I mean, and really the dream is like,
yeah.
I'm 60 and I have like, the gray silver fox.
Awesome.
And I'm just in the dance studio.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, that's all I
a
wanna
good
do.
dream.
What a great dream.
That's
Yeah.
a good dream.
Probably still performing too, but one step at a time.
That's
Okay.
awesome.
So New York City, bet the experience was amazing.
New York City. And then after I graduated, I actually like went abroad and I did a program in Israel. And
Germany, right?
Yeah,
Or
I was
is
in
that-
Germany.
okay.
And just like as I met people, I was like living with them. And they were like, oh, well, you want to come here? And I was like, live with them.
Yeah.
My mom was working for American Airlines, so I
Oh,
could fly really
nice.
cheap.
Wait,
I
that
mean,
sounds awesome.
I mean, like I
What a
really
dream.
was. I was
International, you got to do that. Okay,
doing
cool.
that thing. But I was also like in real time, me and my peers were like, oh, how do we do this thing? You know? And it's hard.
Yeah.
People are working like
Dance.
Yeah.
Like professionally, dance is hard. Yeah,
and so
okay.
like my friends in New York who decided to stay, were working like multiple jobs, the coffee shop job, like the front office of the Pilates studio. And then like we're also on 4 projects and all their projects for dance. Like we're paying like maybe $100 and your rent is like
Not $100.
Yeah.
not $100, not even close.
Yeah.
Right. And so it's like, oh, like how do you actually
do this work. Yeah.
do this? And I think I was grappling with where to settle, what I wanted my jobs to be, like what I wanted my art to be. And so realizing that I wanted to make dance, concert dance specifically, it's expensive. Like you need rehearsal space, you need to pay for production, you have to rent venues, all
Yeah.
that stuff, right? I was like, home back to Dallas is going to give me the resources, the family support, the Booker T support, the people I already had here, which is a piece of the pie, but it was a little bit of a rude awakening.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
Is this-
coming back to
Is
it.
this about the time when Agora Artists kind of comes about?
Yeah.
Or explain that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Agora Artists, that's my baby.
Nice.
It's my
Yeah, you
dance
founded it.
organization.
Yeah, okay.
Yep, I founded it. It actually started off as Don't Ask Why.
That's right. I read that. Yeah.
Because,
Just
20,
don't ask why.
because don't ask why.
Just
Exactly.
Yeah, don't ask it.
It actually really came from my mom would come to my shows at NYU, and like NYU is just, the the little weirdo downtown dancers.
Yeah.
You know, where we're exploring like walking and being still is the piece.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
You know, and like,
I read that pedestrian movement, or
You
what was
know.
this? Tell me about it. I was like, this is crazy. I want to hear about it.
Don't ask why.
I know,
Thank you, right?
I know.
But no, I would literally say to my mom, just don't ask why.
Yeah.
Sit there and like,
And
what
just
do you
see-
feel?
yeah,
Like,
okay.
what are you experiencing?
Cool.
So a little bit of protest, also just,
Nice.
you know.
Yeah, oh, that's right. Yeah.
You
I read
know.
that.
So that's where it started, and I came back, started Don't Ask Why. My mom was like, if you're going to do a dance company, you have to be a nonprofit. So I just filled out the paperwork.
Okay.
That makes no sense to me now.
Really?
It's just like hysterical looking back on
But you're
it.
like, that makes
You're
sense. I'll do it. Yeah.
What is this? What are bylaws?
Yeah.
Yep.
Can I get a template?
Yeah.
So did that, and then was like, okay, I'm ready to produce a show. I mean, I think it was just pure ambition that drove me through.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I was like, let's make it work.
Yeah.
Made it work, premiered it, and it was like that whole process of putting all the pieces together, learning how to manage the back end of an entity that's a nonprofit, like putting a board together, having a marketing plan, all of that
You're
stuff.
learning. You're like,
It was a crash course in learning.
Had you done anything quite like that before?
Nope.
okay.
So,
Nope.
So
Yeah. Oh, no. I'm just like, what went wrong? Or what did you learn? Like, yeah, I feel like, because that's one of those things where you're just like, okay, this is a crash course. Like,
Right.
I'm learning things. I'm doing things. I would have done this differently, or what? Like, I'm
Right.
just curious.
You know what? I think because I had never done it before, because I didn't know what to expect, everything fell back on me.
Okay.
So I didn't have a team.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
like my family's super supportive.
Yeah.
And so they were like my thought partners.
Sure,
My like,
yeah.
let's figure it
Yeah.
out, you know, but like everything
It was just all on you.
all on me.
Okay,
And I
okay.
and I had to make decisions.
Yeah,
I had to
yeah.
make all the decisions,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And so I think by the time I got to the end, it wasn't that anything like didn't work or failed.
yeah.
I was just exhausted.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I couldn't like actually enjoy
What you were creating. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And that's the part where I was like, oh, this is not it.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is not it at all.
Yeah.
And so from there, I think I had my little like, you know, midlife crisis at 22 or whatever. 23.
Really, that's great.
And really like went to my journal, went back to myself, and like just like went back to dreaming.
Yeah. Yeah.
And in that time is when I found Arts Mission.
Oh,
Amazing.
nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. That's
And so just walked
started
in
interacting,
there.
or-
Yeah.
okay, yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Walked into the building, kind of being like, "What is this space? Who are you? What do you do?"
Yeah.
And I met the founder, Anastasia Munoz, or we call her Tasha.
yeah.
And just started to be in community there.
Cool.
And so that's really where Agora Artists came to life. So
Okay.
evolving Don't Ask Why, the dance company, into a community organizer,
Okay.
into an infrastructure builder, into
Yeah.
resources, into really the question I'm trying to solve, or the problem I'm trying to solve is how do I not put another dancer in the same position I was in?
Okay.
How do we provide more resources? So if you want to do the thing, like you can do it, you're gonna have to learn the lessons, but like you at least have someone.
You have a framework, or you have like a guide, or like,
Yes.
okay.
And you're not going to
Yeah.
burn yourself out completely on day one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
that's amazing. Yeah, because I imagine you don't want people not to go and try those things.
Exactly.
And obviously, you're gonna fail if
You
you
don't wanna
try
scare 'em
anything
off
for the
from ever
first
doing
time.
it.
Like
Yeah.
you're never gonna be perfect the first
Yeah.
time, but you
No.
also don't want it to be so overwhelming. Like it sounds like it was the first time you
Right.
did it, which was like, no one else should do this because it was
Right.
so stressful
Yeah.
and terrible.
And that's the stuff that breaks you, and then you
Yeah.
don't come back to the thing you love. You know?
Yeah. Then people don't get to see that or experience that art. What, you said you were trying to solve that problem. Like what is that problem, diving into that a little bit? Is that like professionally people not having opportunities, or how do you define that a little bit? Yeah. Yeah.
I don't have an answer yet.
Yeah, that's fine. No, that's great.
That problem, I think part of it is that a lot of people give their attention, the everyday human gives the attention to like the artwork,
Yeah.
the show you go to, the gallery you go to, you know, that experience of it, and not the person who's making it. And all of the things that come before,
The work that goes into that,
Yeah.
or okay.
you know? And so like, I really wonder, like, how do we like culturally talk about artists and the process of making art? Because I think that if that can be more part of the conversation, then there's less of like defining what the product is, and it's more about investing in the human.
Less transactional,
Yeah,
and more
that one.
like yeah. More like value driven, maybe.
Yes.
Is that kind of so? Tell I want to keep going into this.
Go
like
for
what
it.
you said, a society or like kind of how do we value the artist in a way that allows for that to happen? What does that look like? Or you want that to be more a part of the conversation?
I think that's part of the conversation.
Okay.
I think that's part of the conversation Arts Mission, not kind of, that is the conversation Arts Mission is having.
Okay.
1000%.
Okay.
And you said something really key there, that it's like in the relationship part, in the value part, it gives artists the opportunity, I think, to like also create on like a broader scale.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
No, yeah.
Like, I think if you give someone, and I've seen it through Arts Mission, like if you give someone an opportunity, what they can do with that is like kind of beyond what you thought they could do, right?
Yeah.
And that's exciting. And then that
Yeah.
gets you something, you know? And so then it's that being in relationships.
Tell me if this is like what you're saying in some of this, because like when art becomes too transactional, I do feel like you can get very niche in certain areas or specialized to where it's like, hey, I need this to sell and look this way.
Right.
Are you saying like keeping it broad so that kind of people have that freedom a little bit,
Or for me,
what do you
it's
mean,
like keeping the interest in the artist.
in the
person who's
artist.
making it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. So that's kind of central to Arts Mission is like, hey, we're going to not just focus on the art per se. We're going to focus on the artist. So when you joined, and this was 2017, I think you said, 2018?
Doors of Arts Mission opened in 2017.
Okay.
Okay, nice.
Got my timeline down.
There
And
we
then
go.
2018 is when I joined the work exchange program.
Okay. So you first interacted with them and then joined the team, basically. What was Arts Mission like then?
Oh.
And and
a
what
good
things
question.
did you notice then? You're like, oh, this is amazing, but also it could use this or it could use this.
Yeah, totally. Okay, Arts Mission 2018 was real ragtag, and I love it.
Yeah.
It's the best. I love
It's
the
the best. It's
ragtag.
like when you're trying to figure it out, right?
100%, yeah.
So Tasha was kind of doing everything at that
Yeah.
time. She was living at the building.
Well, and for those who don't know, it's
Oh, yeah.
located in Winnetka, right? Is that so? It was an old church there that maybe she purchased or someone purchased, and they've kind of like created it or was reworking it.
The church originally built in 1929,
Okay. Wow.
and it opened as the Winnetka Congregational Church.
That's what it was. Okay, yeah,
Yeah, so like that's the origin story of that. But then it sat abandoned for 15 years, I believe.
Okay.
And our patron saints, Todd and Lola Lott, purchased the building.
That's it. Okay.
And like by their powers combined,
Yeah.
restored and
Yeah.
gave a
Yeah.
new life to this space.
Wow.
Cool.
And when they started it, Tasha was really like, I believe that artists can make money.
Yeah.
And she had seen the nonprofit model not work so much within arts, and so started off as an LLC.
Okay.
So I walked into an LLC art space that was gorgeous, and it has a really strong spirit. When you walk into that building, everyone's just like, "What is going on?"
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
And churches kind of have that
have
vibe,
that
like
vibe.
because there's a lot of churches that are kind of getting sold and redone or whatever too, and it's like
Especially
you
in Oak
walk
Cliff,
in there.
there's a
I mean,
million of them.
we just walked in that Jefferson one, and you're like, there's some I don't know about the building that makes it feel pretty special.
Yeah.
And I felt that walking in there too before.
I think it's
where
about all the lives that have been
yeah,
lived in
yeah,
there. You know,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
that's a whole other.
Oh
tangent,
yeah,
but
yeah.
So it started off as an LLC, and I mean, very much was just like trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
And the building was run by the Exchange Club, so the work exchange program.
Okay.
She came up with this concept of like, if you can give, she was like friends,
Yeah.
because she's a local
Yeah.
theater maker.
Nice.
If you can give a couple hours a week to help keep the doors open so I can also have a life,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
you can have access to the space and like, you know,
Great.
come do your stuff here. So it was like, this is what I loved about it. The Exchange Club was such a broad group of people, whether it was the other theater artists, dancers. There was a stay-at-home mom who was like, you know, her kids had finally left the home, and she was kind of trying to
Figure
out
out,
what her
yeah,
life
yeah,
was.
yeah.
There were neighbors that were deeply involved,
yeah.
and so it was a really like
Just a community, like a
word.
Yeah, that's cool.
Word. And everyone was giving what they could
Yeah.
at that time. And I think all of us too were trying to figure out our own art. So I was grappling with like, what is this dance company thing that I want to do? Like I tried it this way, it didn't work. So like what's next?
Yep.
I actually reconnected with a peer from Booker T, and we didn't actually know each other in school, but she was just a year younger. A student of Tasha's.
Oh, okay.
Joined the Exchange Club, and she's a graphic designer.
Nice.
And so our heads came together, and she helped me to rebrand the company, but is now a dear friend of mine. she was figuring out what does my career look like after school. Kane Rodriguez was there, who like had discovered theater later in life and was also trying to kind of figure it out. And so was our like teaching himself how to use the tech equipment.
Yeah.
I love it.
So he was our go-to tech
We just
guy.
figured it out. Yeah.
And so it was just like really beautiful. So one of the first roles I took on was social media and marketing.
Cool.
Being one of the youngest there,
Of
I was
course,
like,
Yeah.
I can help.
Yeah.
You're like,
Let me just.
I see a
naturally
need.
do this.
And
Yeah.
Tasha loved to use this app where you just like shake it and it does a different filter. And so like the Instagram had all these different filters. I love you, girl.
That's amazing.
So it's like trying to clean up and like how do we tell our story
Yes,
and what do we do?
Yeah.
And, there were a lot of rentals happening at that time, which is something that we still offer at the space.
Cool.
So there's just also a new life, a new variety that's constantly happening. But also when people rent space and are trying to bring their art to life, there's so many needs and you're in an old building
Yeah.
and the toilets decide not to work.
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah. Tell us, Tyler Station. The toilets work here. No, but
Most of the time.
Yeah, but there's,
know,
there
but
are things
there's
that.
some-
buildings and plumbing. They don't go well together.
Yeah.
or like trying to
That's
get the
Oak
AC to
Cliff.
pump.
I know.
Yeah, no
Ooh, that
kidding.
HVAC,
Oh,
So there was a lot of learning basically that was
Yeah.
happening. But yeah, so I started off in social media and marketing. And then I don't even know all the titles I've had.
oh yeah.
It
You
was
just,
like,
you kept going into different things.
kept
and
going.
Yeah.
And I think Tasha saw, I know this.
Yeah.
She's told me this at this point.
Yeah.
She saw something in there.
Yeah, she was like, I can work with this. This is awesome.
Yeah, and definitely took me under her wing.
That's
And I
awesome.
think just continued to expose. She was learning too, like exposing me
Yeah.
to all of those aspects. So eventually got to the point where it was like, we can't take care of this building anymore without support from the city.
Yeah.
And the only way to really do that is to become a nonprofit.
Okay.
Fascinating. Okay. Yeah.
So that
Back
was
to
the-
nonprofit land.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So there's that transition
there.
there.
You go. Okay.
Well, I was going to ask that because
Yeah.
I think it's both a physical space. Arts Mission is a physical space and a community of artists. And I was going to ask, which one's harder to maintain, keep going, and
Oh, that's a good
nourish?
question.
It
Yeah.
sounds like, well, the building itself had needs that just couldn't be met by a for-profit entity. And so how do those two things work together? You've got the space, you've got the community. What does that look like nowadays?
Yeah. That's a good question. I can tell you what it looks like nowadays, but I'm kind of grappling with like which one's harder to maintain or what the work looks like.
Yeah.
And there's something about a building where like I feel like you can figure it out. You
Yeah.
can figure out the pieces. It's a little bit more static, and community is dynamic,
For sure.
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
people are dynamic, needs
Yes.
are dynamic.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's happening in the world is dynamic.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
So I think that's the one where you just got to stay on your toes,
Yeah.
stay connected.
Yeah.
It's an interesting way to think about it. But what does it look like now? So we still rent the space.
Yeah.
Our main squeeze is space.
Okay.
That's
You got
our,
space. Yeah.
our greatest resource to provide. And so assessing.
Like Arts Mission.
Arts
like when you
Mission.
go to that, like it's space rental. Is it like what do you mean?
Yeah, by
okay.
space rental.
Yeah, okay,
So like we have the big sanctuary,
Yeah.
which is like probably the thing you've seen the
Yeah,
most.
yeah.
And there's a smaller space in the back called the movement room.
Okay.
And then we even have a recording studio downstairs with
Oh,
a soundproof
nice.
booth.
Oh, great.
Which
Amazing.
enough people don't know about. So tell your friends.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
love that.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
But we are able to keep it like affordable to artists. We're
Perfect.
really
awesome.
that is our mission.
Love it.
And so that looks like we have rehearsal space or anything for personal practice. That's $15 an hour for
Nice.
those 3 spaces.
That's great.
Which is just like
That's amazing.
That's crazy.
unheard of.
Yeah, I was going to say
Yeah.
that's
It's really nice.
And that's like looking to New York with all their
Yeah.
subsidized rental
Yeah.
spaces. Like I
Yeah.
could rent space in New York for $5 an hour.
Wow, that's crazy.
You know, and that makes
awesome.
it 10 times easier
Yeah,
to
to do
like
something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Or
Yeah,
to take
giving-
a risk or to try something or to play.
100%.
It's $5.
That was one of the things for the studio when we started. We were like, hey, we want it to be as cheap as possible that you could possibly make it for someone to get in and start shooting. And it's been that was such a joy seeing that early on because it's like when you make it accessible, you like get to see just
creativity
people come
just
in.
explodes.
Yeah.
People come in and use it, and you're just like, yeah. I remember it being like feeling like a gift, kind of
Yeah.
seeing that a
It
little bit.
is.
Yeah,
It totally feels like a gift.
yeah.
And so then we're also, the space is available to rent to produce your own shows.
Cool.
So that's a big way we do that through our production rentals.
Speaking of some of that, like what are some of the things that have come through or like
Yeah.
what
Well,
are some of
we've-
those? Yeah, they've been exciting. Yeah.
Kind of become like a home for people who don't have a physical space, but like have their theater company, dance company. it looks like a variety of things, whether
Yeah.
it's like independent artists. Like this past year, there was someone who like wrote a play a couple years ago and finally was ready to get up on its legs.
Cool. That's
And so I was able to do a
awesome.
fundraiser to do
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
which was really great. There are a couple of local orgs like Fair Assembly, All Stars Project, who can come in consistently and do their work there.
I think Kelsey Foster maybe did she do the comedy stuff there?
Oh, have they
No,
done a
have that? I don't
comedy
know.
show
But
there?
I remember at one point she was like, "You got to know Avery-Jai," and I was like, "Yeah."
Kelsey's on our
yeah.
board.
And she's awesome.
Yeah,
Great.
she's fantastic.
Yeah, she's awesome.
But yes, the Comedy Fest, there's a
Okay.
festival this year that happened. I mean,
Okay.
and every year it's something new and
Yeah,
dynamic.
it's different. Yeah. That's cool.
At the beginning of this year, a group of local artists came together and did a all trans version of Little Women.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, and it was
Okay.
a fantastic way to start.
So
the year.
like we're talking performances, like people, do they do ticketed events and stuff? Okay.
Ticketed events.
Wow.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
Wow. That's cool.
Yeah. And then the other side of our programming looks like our in-house programming, which has been like when we became a nonprofit,
Okay.
we were able to start doing more in-house programming.
Cool.
And that's really been built around our artist in residence program, which is like our
Nice.
true heartbeat, which is where it's like you get 4 months of space, come in and make work.
I love it.
You know, you have
That's
space.
awesome.
And we help out with all like the producing side of things. So like running your ticketing, getting your marketing together,
Wow.
all the
So
questions
it's
in
a
between.
true residency. Like that's pretty special.
Tell us more about that because
Yeah.
I imagine you see some amazing art come out of that program. Is that a rotating every 4 months? You said we pick a new artist and they get this
So we
space,
do,
or how's it work?
Yeah, we do applications by a year. So we like pick a cohort of 6.
I love it.
For the year.
Yep.
3 of the artists, we call them the sanctuary artists because they make work for the sanctuary,
Very
which is
cool.
more like live arts.
yeah.
That's where you see your theater, dance,
Yeah.
music.
Awesome.
And then 3 underground artists, which is our more visual art, multidisciplinary art.
I love it.
Awesome.
Yeah. And so this year has been really, I mean, every year we learn more
Yeah. Yeah.
and the story gets out more. And so more
Yep.
people are applying. And it's just been really beautiful to see. But this year we just wrapped our summer cohort.
Okay.
Calvin Walker, woo, wrote a fire
Let's
play.
go, Calvin.
It was fantastic. 4 black men sitting in the waiting room of a penis enlargement clinic.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
Play.
it's catchy right off the top,
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
but I mean, it gets into some real topics, real social dynamics
Yeah,
that
sure.
are happening about masculinity, about
Yeah.
black masculinity. Wow. You know, and I think that was one of those moments where I sat there and I was like, these are the conversations that
People
like,
are creating. Yeah. You're just seeing people go and create these special things. And,
you know,
yeah.
and it's like it's very personal
Yeah.
work for him. I think that
Yeah.
the sanctuary of it all allowed him to really like be able to investigate the work. And it was just a workshop reading, you know, it wasn't even like full lights and full costume and full
Yeah.
set, you know,
Okay.
it was just like, let's get these 4 actors here. Let's create this set. Let's get some like, turn the lights on, but like, let's hear what the text is and let's see how people are responding to it.
I think it's such an interesting topic too, because we interviewed Merced, the filmmaker, and he did a short film on masculinity as well too. And it's just like getting into some of these conversations. I feel like this obviously gives it such an opportunity once you see a performance or you're a part of something like this. It just brings those ideas to the forefront.
And
That's pretty
just
cool.
like the boldness to be like, I'm going to examine this sort of
moment or
this thing that nobody talks about, but we
Yeah.
all experience
Yeah.
a little bit,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that was Merced's like
Yes.
some of the machismo that he
Yeah, it
grew
was-
up around.
he
and
did,
was like, this is just part of the culture a little bit, but like, can we take a look at it?
Yeah.
Just like,
Can we just like pause for a
yeah,
second?
can we
It's
examine
kind of like a
this?
car mechanic. I think he did the film on like maybe his uncle and his hands were starting to like go, so he couldn't like do the work that kind of made him feel that way. Yeah. Oh, anyways, it's really interesting.
And
yeah.
I feel like Calvin's work was able to just like peel back the
Yeah,
layers of
it's
like
awesome.
all the points of
Awesome.
intersection within there.
Awesome.
And specifically with him too. I mean, I think what's great is like you see he got to get that feedback from the audience,
Yeah,
and also
cool.
is like so ready to keep going.
Yeah.
And that's the part where I'm like, yes.
yeah.
Like the
It's like
starting
fuel the
point for
fire.
him.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah. So that's just one example.
Well, the residencies are that's really encouraging and exciting to hear. What other kind of residencies are in Oak Cliff? Because I know of the one in 100 West in Corsicana. Have you connected with them?
I haven't
Kyle,
connected
or-
with them, but I keep my eye on it because
you should talk to him. Go down there someday.
I will.
I'll take a trip down there.
Okay.
It's like what 45 minutes or something. But no, that residency's become unbelievable. Like
Yes.
people around the world are coming to it. It's
Yes.
amazing. But I feel like for Oak Cliff to have a really solid residency is pretty special.
It is. And for Dallas in general,
Dallas in general too, yeah.
And our residency pays our artist $1,000.
See, that's awesome.
That's
That's like a
amazing.
legit residency.
Yeah.
Let's go.
You're like, what do I want? I would love some money to make my art.
Yes. It's like, come be in the neighborhood and come do your work.
Yeah. And I like, and then we keep it local. So
you do?
it's
Okay.
within
Good.
like DFW Metroplex. You know, this is who the residency is for. And I really don't see that changing
Yeah.
because
Good.
part of that is like,
Encouraging the people here. Yeah.
and the work here.
Yeah.
You know, like we have amazing institutions here, whether they're like youth programming, like a Booker T,
Yeah.
or, you know, like you go to the arts district and you see these amazing orgs here, but it's kind of like that space in between.
Yeah.
Where it's a big gap.
Yeah. Yeah. The
And
middle kind of like, how do I go a little bit further?
How do I try something new? Or I had this idea and I haven't really had a chance to try it, or I'm looking for other artists to connect with to kind of figure it out,
Yeah.
you know? Like that's
cool.
so important to growth. And so many artists end up leaving Dallas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dallas has a hard time retaining,
Yeah.
you know, those voices. And so it's,
What did
Talk
Hans
to us
say?
about that, yeah, because I think that's a theme we've heard before, which is there's a draw to the coasts for you know, if you're you know, an artist in any way, and I think Hans is a good example of like, no, I'm gonna stay and
Do you know Hans by way of Dallas?
Hans Taplin.
oh, yeah, no, I don't know him.
Oh yeah, he's amazing. But
I know the jacket.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, everyone knows that. That jacket's great.
we got our
we
hands
love
on.
it.
We're sold out
I
already.
know. Hans, give us some.
But he, I think, if I recall right, he had a layover in Dallas, or did some, he was here for like a short period of time, and then was like, no, wait, I'm gonna stay here, and then decided to like take the ideas of what he was gonna do in California and elsewhere, just like bring it to Dallas and create the culture here.
A very intentional choice to stay.
Yeah.
Which I think is like
What do you say? If you can make it in
Dallas.
Dallas, you can make it anywhere. Because
that's
everyone
right.
always wants to go to the coast.
It does kind of feel like that.
I
Not gonna lie.
I know.
So talk to us about the scene in Dallas, because we've heard that before, and it sounds like sometimes it can be a little bit of an swim upstream,
Or people
at least that's the
inject, or-
perception. But Dallas is such a big place, and
It is. Well, I think that's part of the challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that it's so big, it's spread out.
It's not
you know?
connected to an extent.
You know, and so Arts Mission is like wanting to figure out how can we be that hub.
Yeah.
We want to embrace that word, but that's kind of that like third space. Like you just need a place where you like get together.
Yeah.
Like where do you find other,
Yeah.
you know? So I do think that like the geography is just a kind of a challenge that
bit
we
of a
have to
roadblock,
navigate. Yeah. But
It is huge. Yeah. No, I think you're right. I think you're right in saying that, because it is so spread out that you're kind of like, I don't feel connected in some of these places. But I do feel like Oak Cliff has the upper hand.
It does.
In the sense of, we've had multiple bookstore owners on, like Javi or
It's no
Who's
mistake that
Book,
Oak Cliff
Claudia.
has all of those things in it.
Yeah, we found out, you're like, oh, we've got 4 independent bookstores in Oak Cliff, and all
On
of
one
DFW
street.
has 5 or
Yeah.
something. You know, like
Yeah.
you're kind of like, this does bring these types of people. So how do we connect maybe more and more with the ones that are here?
I'm
I think,
excited for that part.
Yeah, me too.
You know, like how Oak Cliff specifically, Oak Cliff arts organizations and small businesses, like
Yes.
just, and it's already there.
No, it is.
It is
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, it's
yeah.
already thus like this
Yeah,
conversation.
yeah. Well, and I think of, we're going to be interviewing Haley at some point too, the Oak Cliff Assembly or Art Walk. Yeah. There's nice art movements that are happening throughout this neighborhood.
I mean, it's kind of like when I got back, I was living with my parents, and so I was in the suburbs. And I was like, this ain't it.
Yeah, bye-bye. Richardson, we're out.
You know, just like for me.
Sucks the life out of you.
You know, like if I could live in New York City, I would. I would be there.
Yeah.
You know, so like Oak Cliff was the place where it felt like, oh,
Yeah.
there's a different texture that's happening here, and I think it is the small business. It is like that entrepreneurial spirit.
Yeah.
And I just like going to the coffee shop and seeing familiar faces.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I like that we have 4
Yes.
bookstores.
Yeah, I know.
You know, there's a lot of culture in that.
Yeah.
And the culture in general, right? Like
Yeah.
Yes.
Oak Cliff is like more of a melting pot than
100%.
other.
No,
other
we
areas
were
in Dallas.
talking to Javi, and then who was Greg Bronderville about kind of like the Latin America, South America, kind of like mixing with the English, like, and it's like, man, this is just one of those center points right here in Oak Cliff with the book festivals and all of the artists and people coming in. So it's pretty it's a good place to be.
Yeah.
Forget the coast. Nah, I'm just kidding.
No coast.
Well,
No-
I think
no
that's
coast.
actually a really good point because, right? Because like artists you typically know, like New York, LA,
Sure, yeah.
Chicago, and like nationally, we're just in a different picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, especially with like funding for arts organizations,
Absolutely.
you know, shifting. It's like,
I can see that.
what does it look like for local markets to be able to support artists more? And so that's a conversation I love having, and I'm definitely like very aware of as
Yeah.
we are building and growing because I think we're needed.
Yes.
Yeah, and we offer something different.
We offer something different.
yeah.
And like realistically, like as you grow as an artist, like your life changes.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
maybe you want to buy a house.
Yeah, yeah.
maybe.
That's yes. Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
or
It's a good
just,
thing.
you know, life changes or
Yeah.
you need to be next to your parents
Yeah.
or, you know, like
Things happen.
you
Yeah.
have to be able to adapt. And I think as an artist, you should be able to move someplace that's not a hot market and
Yeah.
still be able to be the artist that
Yeah.
you want to be.
Yeah.
I love that.
Right?
Yeah, 100%. No, I think that's Dallas definitely offers that for some of these places, and I do think, yeah, the coasts are like traditionally powerhouses of sorts, but I do feel like this, like, I definitely when I was Hay Festival is what this book, literary book festival that they chose Oak Cliff as their first place in the United States to come to. Not the coast, not anywhere else, but it was just like, hey, we're coming here because this culture is mixing in a way that we find very interesting.
Yeah.
And that's kind of an upper leg when you think about some of the other places. It's just something new happening and something that's kind of, feels special. So it's attainable as an artist. I think you can come in, you can have a house, you can live a life a little bit, which is, I think, healthy. But
What? Balance?
yeah. I think we all think it's healthy, or some of us do. But there's also, it's a good moment too.
I can't help but think of Augustina and all of this
I was
conversation.
thinking about her too this whole time.
Augustina was our one of our close friends and
Helped
just
us do a lot of work in the
partners in
studio,
all of the
wax
businesses
space.
throughout the years. So she worked at the TX studio and then wax space and just all the things. And she had started an opera group. She was a professional opera singer.
Okay.
Sort of
Professionally
collective.
trained, went to Booker T,
Yeah.
and then I don't know where she.
Yeah.
I don't know where else she went, but anyways, she started Das Blumenline, which was an underground opera
Live performance.
project.
Kind of like,
and
I know.
did
it
a
was so
whole
cool.
performance or shot this whole video down in the TX studio, and I just remember thinking like, wow, she is fighting for this because she thinks it's important
fighting.
and she thinks it's relevant, and yeah, I mean, I know that's hard work. What you're doing is hard work, but it is like it's valuable to people.
It is, and it's lonely too. I feel like when you, I feel like she was able to do some of that, but it was also just, it cost a lot to pull that off. And you can only do that for so long at that level, I think, for a while too. And so hearing Arts Mission and some of your desire to come alongside people like that.
And it requires
awesome
patronage, really.
Yes.
Like I think that's the
Yes.
other element of art. Historically, you look back, it's like,
tell me more about that. I was trying to think about, because she was like, hey, I think the values of society need to change a little bit. I'm like, yes, let's go. But what is that? What do you mean by that? Like the patronage?
well, I mean, I just think like even if you just look throughout history, that was always sort of an element of art. The relationship with art was like, it got funded.
I go to like Lucas Cranach being like, he was like the prince, like they would just fund him to like
or the
go and
Medici,
make portraits.
The Medici,
or
like all these.
They would
like. So I'm curious how you think about that in relation to all the things you're doing, because I know that's a big, that's a big question. But
these
go
ideas
Avery-Jai, go.
Oh no,
go,
you see
go,
my brain turning.
Go.
I mean, yes, patronage is super important.
Yeah.
I mean, because artists don't go to like make a show just to make a show. Like we want people to engage with it.
Right.
Oh, it's such a dynamic conversation, right? Because then you get into this space where it's like, then artists start making work for the audience, and that's further away from them, right? And so like, there's something that's lacking authenticity in that.
More transactional based,
More transactional.
or more. Okay.
Thank you for keeping bringing that word back.
I mean, I feel like
real.
we're in it's capitalistic society. So if we want a house, we need to sell artwork or you need to sell a performance. And so there is like a hard.
There's a real tension.
There's a tension
There is
there.
a
There's a
tension
tension
there.
between like the patronage /
Yes.
But anyways, keep going. I want
Right.
to hear.
And then I think there's also another dynamic, like within grant funding specifically, it's like how many people are coming? What are the demographics of those people? And there's something about that there's also a rub.
Right. It feels restrictive.
You know?
Yeah.
Like you need specific types of people seeing it, or what do you mean by it's just
Or it just
all
makes I
data
feel like,
oriented?
yeah, you know, I think as like the artist, it makes you feel like again you have to make it to meet those standards that they're putting out there. And so I just wonder about how we can shift the values.
Yeah.
And it's not that the exchange of money isn't important. It is.
Yeah.
You know, but
I mean, we live in this society. yeah. We got to live
It's
in
almost
it.
going back to the art versus artist distinction. It's almost more important that the artist is funded to then go create what they want.
Yeah.
In my brain, maybe this is wrong. So push
no,
back on me.
no.
Rather than like, I want you to make this particular thing, and so I'm going to fund it.
It's so
like,
interesting because I feel like
maybe that's backwards.
I mean,
I don't know.
there's some people I would not want that like to be the case where it's like, hey, you're an artist that's being funded, like maybe it's not good. I don't know, like, or maybe it's like there's a
but I think there
meritness
is like some choice to, and like then people get to choose what they participate in.
That's true.
You know, there's something about that. But I also hear you.
Like there's something, there's like someone worked really hard at their craft, like a painter or something, or like they're gonna get
the recognition and the
I guess there's something,
the value out of that hard work.
Is that what
you're saying?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm struggling with like
I
processing.
mean, it's
it
a
all.
tricky one.
Yeah.
I also
It's tricky.
I think about a triangle a lot
Yeah.
in this conversation because these days I'm very much like in the producer role of
Yes.
art, and
Yeah.
I'm balancing like, okay, here are the creatives, and I want to give you what you need to make this work.
Yeah.
And I'm also thinking about every person I'm inviting to come into this space.
Yeah.
How do I
community?
Yeah. And how do I set you up for success
Yeah.
for this thing that you're going to enter into? And also like, how do I make sure you know it's there? Right. All of that.
Yeah.
And then I'm the producer who's like worried about the money.
Yeah, you gotta live. You gotta
I know.
live in
You gotta keep it
three
going.
camps
Yeah.
almost.
You know, and
Yeah.
so, but I think if we think about those things working together and maybe
Yeah.
less in opposition, like your
That's
triangles
good.
can like
Yeah,
be a different
yeah.
shape.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like
yeah.
getting into my geometry.
Yeah. No, I think
But
that's
there's
the
something
role.
about that.
Yeah.
Because I think arts organizations are also right now in this place where they're like, audiences aren't coming back after COVID.
Oh, interesting.
And
yeah.
I read this book by Alex Sarian, and he's like, this has been a problem that's been happening.
Yeah.
And arts organizations are staying isolated in their own bubbles and making for themselves.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
And
That's
patronage also as well has also kind of become
They
more
find
of
their group and then they kind of stick
a,
into
you know,
that, or
and
is
so
it
I
okay?
think, I think there's something also about like opening up, which I think the dancer in
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. Come on.
I think Art's mission, I like to grapple with this, and it's helpful because we are literally in the neighborhood.
I know.
Yes.
And I literally want to see people walking down the street
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
come to be in the space.
Yes.
And so I think there is something about maybe just like looking to your neighbor.
Yeah. What do they want? What do they
want?
I think that's No, I will say that's been beautiful seeing people come to the brewery or bakery and just people are walking. They're biking. Like it's like that is a fun aspect of like creating some of these things or seeing some of this happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, like there's a tension. What do my neighbors want? What do I want to create? Like there's how do you invite people into this thing?
Artists, are you inviting people?
Yeah. Is that even
It's a question
or
this
is
year
it-
that's come up. I'm like,
Wait.
did you invite anyone?
Yeah. Is this just
Just like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of that, because that sounds almost like here's an education point for artists. You get involved. Here's kind of how the rest of this works outside of the making of the art.
1000%.
And that's
Yeah.
great because, like, okay, great. Now I understand how to put this event on.
Yeah.
What are the other like kind of key things that you see artists or new artists that join Arts Mission needing to learn or come to understand better? What's the main things that you see?
You peeped it.
Okay. Okay.
There is definitely an educational component, and we're starting to talk about this story more as professional development.
Yeah.
As we fundraise, right?
Yeah.
Because it really is like as you build these skills through your artistic practice, these are skills that you can take into any workforce.
That's right.
Yeah.
marketing and telling your story, talking about yourself is huge.
Yeah.
That is definitely a space we see. I see also like it's networking.
Yeah.
I'm trying to like change that language to be more like relationship building.
Yeah, I like that.
Community,
I like that change.
You know, because it's in everything. I think you never know. I've learned you never know who you're going to meet, and you never know how they can show up in your life.
100%.
Right. And so I think something I'm trying to tell artists all the time is just like, just talk to people.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
It's the getting out there kind of like, because I think you're 100% right. Like some of these things come around in ways that you maybe would have never even thought of. And it's kind of cool.
Yeah. And like asking for help.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's such a great way to meet people.
Yeah.
I've learned that. I'm like, I've never been executive director before. I wasn't trained for this. So like, how do I manage this budget? How do I learn about chart of accounts?
Yeah.
Let me go phone a friend.
Yeah. And it's great to have already met that friend and be like, oh, I know this person.
Yeah.
will
You
help
should
me.
get coffee with Andrew Snow. Track 15, have you guys met
No.
before? Yes. Okay. They help nonprofits fundraise and just if they're all about Oak Cliff. It's awesome.
It's so real.
yeah.
I think the money side of things too is huge for artists.
Yeah.
Just talking about money. So
Yeah.
I try to practice like whenever we're in communication with artists about producing our work in our space, I'm very transparent about money.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm just like, and I hope that you can take that with you.
Yes.
That's a good thing
And
to
do
be.
this just to try to model it, you know, that it can be a different experience than, hey, can you come do this thing? And then on the back end, you know, you're figuring out what are the real financial exchanges.
Yeah, I had a photo mentor early on who was just like, I was like, hey, should I not, like I'm into photography. I was working for a newspaper. I was like, should I quit college here and go like do photography school somewhere? And he was like, hey, you've got the passion, like continue shooting, like just shoot. Like that's the best thing you can do is just continue creating. But also you equally need to have an understanding of business. So stay where you're at and finish out with business in mind too. And he was like, I've known too many photographers who had a lot of passion, thought about like the art. They were great at the art,
Right.
but they failed or quit going because they just never cared to figure that part out or even saw that as a problem. Like it was.
That's one of my new mottos is like, artists, you are a business.
Yeah.
And I think if I would love to see a space where that's like not a scary thing.
No.
Where that's not intimidating.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But that it's like empowering.
Yeah. Well, it was, I appreciated hearing that because I was kind of like ready to be like, all right, I'm gonna go somewhere else and figure this out. But it was like,
Dude, wow, I've never heard that before.
Yeah,
Your brother.
yeah.
To leave A&M?
No. Randall Ford, that guy. Yeah, I told you about Randall Ford.
Randall Ford.
No.
Great
But
photographer.
he was, he kind of spoke that, not in a scary way, but in like, it was almost like it was a guide or like fatherly figure of sorts where he's just like, hey, I've been here. I know,
Right.
like, I've seen this happen a lot.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like you get to do that, or this organization gets to do that in a way where it's like, that's actually deeply caring for the artists a little bit too. Because it's like, I want this to continue going. I don't want it to.
I don't want it to stop here. I mean, that breaks my heart the most.
I know.
Just-
The burnout or the like, hey, I can no longer
And I've seen
afford
it
to do it or what.
I've seen it so many times.
I know.
And it kills me. It kills me. So yeah, I think that is definitely a driving force.
Yeah.
And the work that I do. So yeah, we're looking
That's
at
a lot.
how we
That's
can
a
do
lot.
that.
Yeah.
And I'm excited. I think next year we're going to see some professional development programming
Cool.
coming out of Arts
Cool.
Mission.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Like, let's
is
talk
exciting.
taxes. Let's talk.
Arts Mission.
Honestly.
Let's go. Let's get the taxes going.
It's smart. Well, this has been so fun.
Yeah.
Thank you.
If
Oh, we've just
somebody
been-
wanted to get involved with Arts Mission
Yeah.
and or come see a show or performance, how would they learn about it?
Yeah.
And what does that look like?
We're kind of young, so we're on Instagram.
Great.
I love it. It's great.
Instagram's the place.
We are on the Instagram.
Follow
so,
at Arts Mission. or-
Yeah,
okay.
at Arts Mission.
There we go.
Is it OC? No, at Arts Mission.
Okay. Great.
And I think that's like the most dynamic.
Cool.
But also our website has everything on there as well. It might take a minute to get things updated because we don't have a full marketing team yet.
Yeah.
Yep.
One day.
Go to the
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yeah.
That's
you can
easy.
see it. You can see it.
Yeah, and then
That's
also
great.
just like our general email, hello@artsmissionoc.org,
Awesome.
is a great way to connect with us. But yeah, come
awesome.
see a show. I mean, we are all hands on deck always. We're looking for board members.
Yeah.
We're looking for volunteers. We have a fundraiser in October.
Cool.
We have our
What's the fundraiser? That's interesting.
Oh my gosh.
Tell us.
It's so cute.
Okay.
It's prom.
Oh, nice.
And we pick a theme every year.
That's awesome.
So for 2026, it's Cirque du AMOC.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
So yes, we will be in the circus.
There we go. I love it. That's
How
awesome.
fun.
But yeah, so it's becoming a party. We're just
Cool.
leaning into what we do. We're
Yeah,
producing a big
yeah,
show.
yeah.
It's immersive. You see performers
Yeah.
pop up behind
Cool,
you. We're
cool.
also raising money for the
Cool,
org.
cool.
It's really fun. We have an online auction.
Nice.
We play games.
That's awesome.
We play musical chairs every year.
We
I love
People
it.
are surprisingly competitive.
Oh, I believe it.
I am
Like
like,
ripping chairs.
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I mean?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You see some come out. Yeah. You wouldn't think it, but yeah.
Yeah.
No, we I remember taking our kids to there's like yellow paper on the floor. Like it was and you could just
Natalia
draw.
Padilla.
That was awesome. That
She was one of our exchange club members.
Was it? Okay, cool.
She applied for a grant to the city
Cool,
and got
cool.
it. Like, I love seeing these things
Yeah,
happen. And
yeah.
then like covered the space in yellow and was
Yeah.
like, come draw.
and you could just go and just draw wherever. And so the kids were like, I don't know, going crazy. It was awesome. But things like that, people just Instagram. That's like really
Instagram and the
like
website.
anything. Okay, cool.
And you can also sign up for our newsletter.
Okay, nice. That's great.
Yeah.
Avery-Jai, that was awesome.
was
Thanks
so
for
fun.
thanks
Thank
for
you
coming
all.
on the
I
show.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Fun to get to know you.
Great show.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for tuning in to this episode of The Hidden City. We hope you discovered something about Oak Cliff that you didn't know. If you enjoyed the show, I hope you subscribe to it on YouTube and then follow us on any of the podcasting platforms. Also, if you enjoyed it, please share with a friend. And thanks so much for tuning in.